Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craft Tree and welcome to another part of the Tall Skinny Mass Make Journals. If you haven't seen this series before, I'm making 13 Tall Skinny Journals out of a bunch of digital papers that I have. So I'm working on the next step of the journal, which is making the cover for the most part. I've found scrapbook paper for each of my journals and I have cut it to, what are we at here? We are at 9.5 by 11.5. Now I'm in Canada, so our paper sheets are 8.5 by 11, which is what my papers are for inside my book. That's why I did it in this size. You might have to vary yours depending on the size of your thing. So anyways, I've got the cardstock. It's a fairly heavy-duty cardstock. I've got the little piece which I chopped off, and I am going to cut this at 4.5 inches because I'm going to use it as a pocket on the inside cover. So I'm going to cut that in 2 pieces. Got a little chunk left over, and that's okay. Don't need the paper trimmer anymore at the moment, so we got that. This is going to line the inside of my cover. So all that I'm going to do is I got it folded in half, and I'm just going to take ever so slightly off the folded edge. I love these Tim Holtz scissors for that because you can just take off a little tiny bit. You could use your paper trimmer or whatever, but you can see that's a pretty thin piece of paper. So we've got that. Now I'm just going to quickly ink up the edges. I was going to do this before, but I did want to kind of show you what I'm doing. Now, as you know, I'm mass making these. So I'm doing each stage of the journal as I go. So I've already done this to my other 12 journals that I'm making. You could do rounded corners if you want. You wouldn't even have to ink if you don't want. It's all up to you. I do like a little bit of an inked edge. So I like to ink on it all. And I'm going to put just a tiny little bit, even though you can't really see it. I am going to ink the edges of these pockets. I'm not doing any sewing or anything like that in mine because I'm doing the 13 and I kind of want them, I guess, a low budget journal. There's all my folded papers. Now, this of course does not matter which way. So these are going to go in here, I guess probably like that. And we've got our pockets. Got a book here because I'm going to use a matte medium to put this down because I want it to lay flat all over. Guess I didn't really need to print on the back side of this, but I've got some matte medium Liquitex Professional Acrylic Mediums. I actually like this stuff. I get it at Michael's. A lot of people, oh, that was hard to get up. A lot of people use Mod Podge, and that's fine. I personally myself, I don't really care for Mod Podge. I had some, and I opened it up probably a couple weeks ago, and there was just like big gobs of dried stuff inside. I tried to stir it up, and it was just like, it was so watery, and then also it was kind of like lumpy, and I don't know, it was really gross. So I actually ended up throwing it out. I know, I threw it out. It was bad of me, but I really didn't want to use it. I didn't know how good it was going to stick or anything, so I didn't want to take that chance. Okay, let's move that quickly there. We got to try to get this down pretty quick before it all dries. Let's try to make it as even as possible, which of course it always seems like when you're in a hurry, it never works out. Okay. And this type of thing always happens to me where it does not stick the way I want it to, because it's dried out before I get it on there. But using this over a glue for this works way better, because you get it nice and flat and really, really nice down there. Or that's what I find anyways. And because I'm not gluing this down, I want to make sure that all the corners are down really, really good. So there's the one. Let's get a fresh page here, because I don't want to get glue all over. I'm going to try just doing half, putting half down this time. And we'll see how that works. I don't know if it just takes me longer to get it done or what, but it always seems to dry before I get it down. Okay, sorry if I'm off of camera a bit. This, line it up on the one side, there we go. Got a bit of stuff on the corner. Okay, now I'm just going to put a bit here. I'm going to spread it onto my paper. Most important that I get the edges really, really good. Am I still in frame? Okay, let's put this down. Okay, that worked out good. Okay. Let's move that and that out of the way. Now I'm just going to do a simple pocket and just put these right on here. Right on the corner. And I've got plans for here, so don't worry about that. I'm going to use art glitter glue for this. And of course leave the top open. You could put like a little thumb notch in there if you want. but it's going to be pretty obvious that there is a pocket there. Okay, let's just put that right down on the very corner. Now, if I was only doing one journal, I would probably sew. But I've got doing the 13, and don't know if I'm going to or not, but I'm hoping to have them finished by next week. I know. It's going to be a tough job, but I'm going on Thursday, next Thursday, so, well, today is Thursday, but you're probably not going to, who knows when you're going to see this video. The craft sale will be over and done with probably by the time you see this, but I'm doing some craft sales with my sister, so I will do a little video about the craft sale and do a little video of our table and whatnot like that. Okay, so there is that. Now, it does curl kind of a little bit. You can see there. It twists a little bit because of the glue, but that's okay. Okay, now I've got this here lace. I've got quite a bit of it. And I'm going to put a piece of this right down there. Now, it looks nice as well as it's functional because it does give the spine a little better reinforcement. Gives it a little bit of stability and whatnot. I'll also be putting a piece of the lace, probably the same lace, on the outside. So I'm going to start by just putting some glue right down the center. Now, I love art glitter glue for this because it dries very nice and clear. So I'm going to try getting that in the middle. It's kind of hard actually filming this because I don't know if I'm still in frame all the time. And I don't press it down really hard. I just kind of, like, it's probably the weight of my hand. And just do that a few times. Now I'm going to go and I want to run a piece of glue right along the edge, but also kind of all over. So I'm going to leave my lace kind of flat. And I'm just going to go up like so. And then I'm going to put some kind of all over here to hold that down. Now I find overall the art glitter glue holds just about anything down. Like I say, I really like it for lace and stuff because it does dry so clear. And if you don't push really hard, I find it doesn't really come through fabrics and stuff. And that's why just kind of the weight of my hand, just smoothing it down. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to try to get right out pretty much to the edge of my lace. Lift it up and get in between. Don't want tons, but I want enough. Okay, there's that. And again, just kind of the weight of my hand. And then normally I would leave it sit like this until it dries. But because we are doing a video, and like I say, we will put some of this on the outside, but not until after we put the signatures on. Okay, so let's just trim this off. Try hard not to cut my paper. I'll save that little piece. That one there can be thrown away, but I might be able to use that on a little collage of some kind or something like that. And after this is really dry, I'll try to bend up my cover a little bit, like just to straighten it out. But so that is kind of how I make the covers for these. Quick, simple, easy, and I think it looks really, really good. And then of course we'll make something for the pockets and whatnot. So pretty much every cover is going to be like this. Just the color of the cardstock will be different. And of course the inside papers will be different. I took a paper from what I was using, and that's what I did. So just so you can see, here is another one. And like I say, I'll do this to all of them. So this one here is one of the purple ones. I think it goes this way. But that's going to be the color I've chosen for there. And this is going to be the inside papers, which will be like that on the inside. So I've got all my other ones, they're all cut, they're all distressed. They're all ready to go. So I'm going to do this to them all. And we'll be set for the next step. So I hope you're enjoying this little series of making these. It is actually quite fun. I actually am quite enjoying this whole process of making like a dozen at a time. Something very new to me, other than the only other time I've done it was at the retreat when I made the 10 or 12 before. But yeah, enjoy it. Go back. There will be a playlist for this, so keep an eye out for that. Visit the Facebook group. I've got Coffee site. I've got Etsy, Creative Fabrica, as well as some inspirational channels that are listed below in the video description. So it would be wonderful if you had a moment to check all those out. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.